Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I have been listening to Dan, the Lakers fan, and he was sitting down with a guest of his, and they were talking about different trade rumors that are coming about in regards to the Los Angeles Lakers, possibly making a trade to send Anthony Davis somewhere somehow, to possibly reset the timeline for ourselves, maybe retool. I don't know what the Lakers want to do. Shams came out with a report saying that the Lakers are unlikely to mortgage any more of their future, meaning give him any more of these picks in regards to this team. And I don't have a problem with the Lakers making that decision at this point. I don't believe in this team or this core at this point to that degree anymore. It's not that I don't think this core could have a puncher's chance in any playoffs, but it's just a matter of them getting through the season and our front office building properly around them. And to be honest with you, as you guys know, if you follow me well enough, you know I would prefer the Lakers not really do anything with their assets right now, but more so make firm decisions in regards to their future. What do they want to do? What direction do they want to go? What type of team do they want to build? What type of situation do they want to see themselves have? Establish that, and then from there make decisions with what you have. Because if you tear it down with the intentions of building it up, once you tear it down, you have an entirely different puzzle piece to figure out in terms of building it up. Trade Anthony Davis for, say, 3 picks and 4 players. Now those 4 players have to be managed. Their timelines have to be managed. Their circumstances in terms of renegotiating with him have to be managed. All these different things have to be managed. So it's probably easier to have an understanding of what you want to do right now than it will be after you make a move like that. And the reason why I say that is because I'm of the mindset that we need to move on from Rob Pelinka. We need to move on from LeBron James as well. And if we're moving forward with the intention of undoing what it is that they've done and moving on from them, then it shouldn't be them that tear it down. I just don't believe in that. I think there's a multitude of reasons why you don't allow the person who's leaving to tear down what it is that is being destroyed. It's just the wrong way to go in my mind. So if Genie's dead set on keeping Rob Pelinka, I don't know if that's a good decision to begin with, and I don't know that he's not going to end up doing something that's either going to put us in a further hole by devaluing players that we already have based on different moves that have already been made, or continue to acquiesce to LeBron James, which would probably result in the same look. Either way, it gets you to the same point. The team's not going to be any good, which is why I want those guys gone. You don't get this bad without making a lot of mistakes. And so it stands to reason why I would think other people, other mistakes would be made. And so that's really what it comes down to. I'm listening to different trade rumors, and I'm like, all right, if Jeannie's going to allow Rob Pelinka to make this move, she has to understand whatever he's bringing in is going to have to match the value of whatever's going out. So it's probably not going to be that great of a contract coming back. Nobody's going to be trading you their very best stuff for aging LeBron James or Anthony Davis at this stage. Nobody's, it's not a secret how these guys have been playing. We're the Lakers. The peanut galleries watching Russell Westbrook every day. They're watching LeBron James every day. Everybody knows how the Lakers are doing. Nobody's going to pay cost for what we have. So how do you manage that? Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, there is a way to do so, but as far as I'm concerned, that requires a lot of thought, and it requires some true north as it pertains to what the direction of the team actually is going to be. And from where I'm at, all we really know is that we need to move on from some people. That's all we really know. So, with the trade rumors that are out there, I'm hearing Kevin Durant, which is something we talked about 4 months ago. I said AD and Westbrook for Kyrie and Kevin Durant made sense back then to me, because I just felt like it was a multitude of reasons why the NBA would probably want to do that. Anthony Davis would still be in a big market in Brooklyn and could start his process, you know what I mean, and being the number one guy there, minus LeBron James and a bit more scattered pieces to kind of help him. And then, of course, LeBron James could be paired up with with Kevin Durant, as to which it's much easier to build around them. in my opinion, because Kevin Durant slots in more different spots. He's more of a natural fit with LeBron James and the playmaking and stuff like that. But the way LeBron's been playing lately, all of us have come to terms with the fact that we probably don't think that he can win a championship the way we're forced to build around him. He's going to need much more help than we can probably give him. But his extension has made it so that we can't trade him. That's not necessarily a bad thing on most situations, but in ours, it forces us to move on from Anthony Davis because it's difficult to move on from Russell Westbrook. So, yeah, I just look at LeBron James and I say, he's struggling right now, you know what I mean? He's done a whole lot for our team, and he's spoken a lot of appreciation and wanted to be not taken for granted and things of that nature. So it's very difficult for me to look in the camera, speak my truth, and not feel like I'm betraying that of him. But that's just what it's going to be, because it's hard to appreciate something that does not look very good, and that is exactly what we have right now. He's run around a lot. He's put his body on the line. He's played more ball than anybody else, and he's playing at a high level than anybody's ever played at this level, at this age. But at this point, you just have to consider Father Time, and now we're seeing evidence of such. And it's at a point where we have to make a move. And he's kind of stranglehold us, kept us from being able to at the time that we need to. The longer we wait to trade him, the less we get for him. And he made sure that he did not oblige us that opportunity to get rid of him sooner. So the Lakers agreed to it. It's not like he put a gun to anybody's head and said, give me this. We were very happy he wanted to sign that extension as well, because we knew it gave us the leverage to make the moves we wanted to make. Unfortunately, those moves have not been made. And a lot of things took place that made that the case, so it's not like we're not aware of all the different things that fell into place. But now we would like to move on from him, and I think secretly he would love to move on from us. I'm not going to lie to you. If he could avoid that and get traded to the Golden State Warriors or get traded to somewhere we can absolutely win, I'm pretty sure at this point, he probably agreed that's the right way to go. But we've already passed that road. Nobody's going to allow us to void our contracts or trade it anyway or what have you. So we're stuck here. And so the Lakers just have to hope we can get a very, very good return for whatever it is we decide to move. And that's the thing. Because you're stuck with Bron till at least the summertime, do you anticipate yourself wanting to trade LeBron James in the summertime? That's a question you have to answer. Do you commit to trading him now, and then he plays out the rest of the season looking amazing, and then you find yourself in a situation where you don't really want to trade him at the summertime, but then you've already made moves that put you in a position to have to trade him? What if it becomes a situation where you've traded pieces with the intention of trading him, and then find out something goes wrong at the end of the season, injury, and you cannot trade him because you can't get any value for him? See, these are the type of things the Lakers have to live with now. You know what I mean? There's nothing else to it. We just have to live with that. And other mistakes have backed us into this position. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't want Jeanie to allow Rob to do anything else, to be honest with you, because I feel like anything else he may do may lead to us having to undo that. As to which we'd be asking the new GM to do that, and then we would be measuring what he can do based on the mistakes he can overcome, just like we did with Rob. That's how we found ourselves in this position in the first place. We didn't give him a blank slate. We gave him a hole to pull us out of. And because of it, we gave a rookie a hole to pull out of. That's the sad thing. It wasn't like we gave this individual who had been a GM a million times over an opportunity to help pull the Lakers out of this situation. No, you say, hey, rookie, you've never done this before in your entire life. Come fix our problems. That's why I just want everybody who's been there to be gone, and just leave them with Jeanie and her investment money to revamp the entire process, because everybody needs to understand that their voice led to all of this. Whoever is behind the scenes investing in giving her advice must understand that it's led to this here. And the relationship with Clutch, it's fine to do that, but you have to let it go into at some point it has to end. And that's where I think the Lakers are having a hard time. All the things that they've done, it led to a championship. Fine. But at some point, you got to let it go. It runs its course. And when it does, You got to be wise enough to cut the cord. And this front office is lacking in that type of wisdom. So our team is just struggling with the worst team in the league, and it's reflecting. It's reflecting upon those decisions. It's why we're that bad, you know. And so what? We want to pick up Kevin Durant and bring him to this situation? That's a lot of remove. They're talking about giving up a pick. Giving up a pick to bring back an older player than Anthony Davis, who's had an Achilles injury, who's already unhappy in his situation. You're going to bring him to another bad situation? You think you're going to be happy here? So you get him here, he demands a trade. You think you're going to get the same amount for him that you gave up? I mean, these are things that you have to consider in regards to trading for Kevin Durant. If you can't make him happy, don't even bring him here. And you know you can't make him happy. We need to get younger. The last thing we need to do is bring him here. That's just stupid. And he ain't going to want to be here anyway, so that's out the door. We were talking about that when we were still believing in this core. No, we're moving on from Bron. That's the mindset. It's not about trying to bring him Kevin Durant so we can keep this timeline going. Hell no. We're trying to bring ourselves some picks and some youth so we can get on from this. So we can become state of the art instead of what we are. So that's where the Lakers is at. Talking about trading for Zach LaVine and Goran Dragic and all that stuff. Those are trades that are provided to the Lakers that are not necessarily beneficial to the Lakers. They're thinking about sending Anthony Davis back home to Chicago. So that scenario didn't have anything to do with benefiting us at all. And I look at the New York Knicks trade that they were talking about. And that one, I think you're over. When you look at the New York Knicks and you're talking about Anthony Davis, the price tag that I'm going to give the New York Knicks is the same price tag they had on Donovan Mitchell. Because the way I see it is Anthony Davis is a more valuable player than Donovan Mitchell. Now, I know Donovan Mitchell's playing out of his mind right now, and I can't really make that argument based on how both of them are playing, but I don't care. That's the field's problem. I'm holding Anthony Davis, and that's the price. So as far as I'm concerned, the Knicks going to have to pay the same price. What are they going to give up? 5 picks and a bunch of players? That's what it's going to cost them. If we're not giving Anthony Davis to the Knicks for that price, then we're not doing what we're supposed to do. They're the Knicks. And not only that, but we're aware that they have 7 picks. 7 of them. And they were willing to give them all away for a guard. So yes, you best believe they're going to give them all away for a big. They for sure going to give them all away for a big. Yeah, there won't be no trade with the Knicks. Talking about Mitchell Robinson. I like Mitchell Robinson to a degree, but I think they're overrating Mitchell Robinson as it pertains to what they think he's going to do. Mitchell Robinson doesn't play a lot of basketball games. This is kind of like the idea of bringing in Patrick Beverley. Yes, amazing defensive player, but he's only going to play 37 games. That's it. He's going to be missing most of the season. That's just who he is at this point. He's always injured all the time, and when he isn't out injured, he blocks a lot of shots, pulls down some boards, dunks the ball. That's it. That's literally it. He's a better version of Damian Jones. I know better. R.J. Barrett, hell of a scorer, man. Hell of a scorer. But his contract is crazy. His contract is crazy. His contract is for what it is they think he's going to be. Not necessarily what he's shown us. He, too, has his injury issues. And so I'm a big fan of what he is. I think he could be an all-star level scorer, maybe even better than that. But, no. Not for Anthony Davis, absolutely not. Obi Toppin, nice player, absolutely not. I want all their picks. All their picks. We're trying to reset our timeline. No offense to those guys, but they ain't got the upside that I'm looking for. Give me the picks so I can handpick the players. I'm not in love with the Knicks scouting department situation. I'm not. They got some cool players, no doubt, but they passed up the players they should have drafted in most situations, and we know that. Tyrese Halliburton, we know that. The Knicks, no. We will not be paying costs for Knicks things. They're gonna have to pay everything for that. Period. Anthony Davis, it's gonna cost you 5 picks, 3 players. A couple swaps too. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. No Knicks. You know, the type of move I'm thinking about making is like Sacramento. You know what I mean? Give me De'Aaron Fox, give me Keegan Murray, and give me a bunch of picks. That's the type of thing I'm talking about. You know, we're not gonna be playing around. Reset the timeline. Give us a future. We talking about Holland and Orlando, and seeing if they're crazy enough to give us Paolo Banchero. That's how we moving. Because this is Anthony Davis. We got to reset our timeline. We're not here to play around. if you want Anthony Davis, it should cost you top dollar. And if you don't want Anthony Davis, then cool, we'll just move on. Because the Lakers have one shot to get it right. And as far as I'm concerned, they shouldn't even be trying to do this until Rob is out of here anyway. So, price is high, baby. That's how I feel about it. And so, Jeanie Buss just needs to make a good decision with her business, man. What direction you want to go in? The friendly direction that sends you to the bottom, or the professional direction that sends you to the top? Because you're going to have to bring in some sharks. I cannot stress it enough. As long as you keeping the people around you that you got right now, they're going to keep on doing with your money what they've been doing. Maybe you get another championship, maybe you don't. But it ain't going to be the right way regardless, because they don't know what they're doing. And so we're just speaking freely now. You know, we're done being nice. We're done, you know, trying to save people's feelings. Nah, it's about the Laker Nation feelings at this point. We're the ones that's been neglected, putting these players in our uniform that just aren't quite up to par, man. And so until we get something in there that's working, we will talk about it. Keep Darvin Ham around because we know we got a good coach to give him a young team so we can start his rookie process off the right way. Trying to lug around and see, that's another thing. It's like you're tasking him with some incredibly difficult tasks. Motivate Anthony Davis. Cheer up aging LeBron James. Turn around Russell Westbrook. And on top of that, he's supposed to be coaching some scrubs to a championship? Like, what are you talking about? Get rid of that front office. Keep the coach. Get rid of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Send them somewhere where they can continue to be successful. And bring us back everything we can that they should be bringing us back. That's all we should be thinking about. Everything else is just nonsense. If we're not firing these guys, those are the trades we should be making. So, that's what I think, man. That's it. All that other stuff is just what the team's going to do. We'll follow that because we love the sport. But as far as this unit, we know they're going to win about 40 games max. At max, 40 games. So, yeah. Nah. Let's get some picks, man. Let's reset this thing. Let's start the process of being bad for a reason. We're all accepting that. We're bad anyway. Let's get rid of these dudes, bring us back some picks, and let's start this process. My name is BDL44, and I thank you all for watching.